Hi, this is Steve Young. You're watching Bay Area Sports Wrap.
What's on that screen? Everyone keeps looking at
It's the Zoom. It's us.
Yeah, just obviously this kind of coming off of last night, but the success of the season as a whole, how are you guys kind of just like balancing all of those different feelings?
I use this.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall it was a great season, I think, for everyone on this team. Great organization. It's crazy that it's just been built for 1 year and it's already, honestly, for me, at the top level of the organization of this league. So that's great. We had a great fan base. We connect so many people. So even though it's still fresh, the loss of yesterday and how the playoff went, I think we have many things to be happy and proud for.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself.
Chechi, last night Natalie said that you're, one of her ride or dies, that if the game is close, you're going to be the one that she wants to take that final shot. I know it didn't go as you hoped last night, but how does that make you feel to have a head coach that says that about you?
Yeah, for sure. Having the confidence of a head coach, the staff, all my teammates, it's huge. It's less heavy in some sense, and you feel that it's not only your shot, but it's everybody's shot. So I'm just grateful for the opportunity, grateful for the year that I have with all my teammates. I think it's been the best season for every player in this team so far. So it was a great opportunity for all of us.
Obviously, there's going to be a busy offseason with the CBA and everything like that. I know the expansion draft is coming up as well. As players who've been through this process, maybe not comfortability, but do you guys worry at all about just having to go through the expansion process again, possibly with 2 new teams coming in?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think it's just something out of our control, and we talk a lot as basketball players that there's a lot of things that are out of our control. So just being where our feet are and controlling what we can is going to be super important, and no matter what, just continuing to work in the off season and get better and be grateful for any opportunity that comes our way. But yeah.
For both of you, what's next? What are your off-season plans?
Sorry, I just thought of something. Just continuing to get better, working out, continuing to play basketball, and get ready for the next W season for me. Enjoy some family time, go home, go on vacation probably. But yeah, see friends.
You have a season starting very soon overseas, so I'm gonna take probably a week or 10 days, and then we have the Italian league starting, EuroLeague. This is actually my overseas, so when I go back, I just play my league. I used to play EuroLeague, and so yeah, we just play all year round. That's the life.
Chechi and Natalie just talked a lot about how you went from on the bench for Minnesota last year to this year you're starting and such a big part of this team. What do you think you showed Monique this year that you can do?
I mean, this league, it's tough, super competitive. Every day you play against great players. So I think this season showed that there is a lot of talent in this league, and if it's given opportunity, everyone can make great things with the belief and the confidence, and of course having great people around you makes it easier. So yeah.
Question for both of you. When you think about the season, and you guys are so close to your team and you're making history, what are some of the memories you're gonna remember for the rest of your lives or whatever?
Yeah, I always say, when you're old and looking back on the season, or even in a couple years, you're not really going to remember all of your bad games. You're not going to remember how many points you scored or whatever, but you're going to remember the little moments with your teammates in locker rooms, on away trips, team dinners, hanging out, things like that. I think I'll cherish that, and I'll cherish my friendships and my teammates and all the little moments in between more than all of the games. But since this was the inaugural season and there were so many special moments, like I'll remember the crowd, how loud it got, our first game of the season, just all those fun special moments that we got to celebrate and experience together, and all of the history made, because this is not just some regular season. There was a lot of really cool things that were done this year.
Felt like the flashpoint of the season was when KT goes down and there's maybe some uncertainty about the rest of the way. How was this team able to rally after that, after KT is ruled out for the season and get into the playoffs?
Yeah, that just really crushed all of us, honestly. It was I feel like I took it really hard whenever KT went down, because she was just such a leader for me and really took me under her wing, and I hated to see that for her, and I know what it's like to go through a knee injury, and it's no fun. It's not an easy feat for sure, but I think what you've seen throughout the whole season with this team is that no matter who's on the roster or who's not, we find a way to win, and we find a way to get things done, and it's a testament to our coaching staff, but also a testament to the people that our front office and our coaching staff brought in, and we just found a way to make it work. And I think it's because we truly cared about each and everyone's success, and we wanted to see others succeed, and I don't think that's always the case. And so we just wanted to continue to play well for KT, and we knew that that's kind of sports and that's life, and if people go down, you can't just give up. You have to keep going, and I'm really proud of our fight and how we continued to grow and win and learn after things didn't go our way.
You guys had unprecedented success for an expansion franchise this year, but it sounds like you have even higher expectations in mind going into next year. What do you think you guys have to do to achieve those goals?
Yeah, for sure we had a great inaugural season. I don't think we exceeded our expectation, because once we gathered all together, we found what could be our potential. So I don't know what's gonna be next season. The W is gonna be different. There's gonna be 2 more teams, expansion draft. So right now I don't know how to answer that question. Every year is gonna be different. So, but I'm sure the Bay Area will support us. We support this team every year from now until whenever. So that's a certainty that comes with us.
Sure.
Kate,
What's up?
you kind of touched on this a little bit, but what was it like having that atmosphere at San Jose yesterday? The only time you played there, but it's an even larger crowd. I think it was 500 more fans that fit there than Chase. Can you talk about what it was like being there last night?
Yeah, it was incredible. The way the fans traveled, and maybe honestly they didn't even have to travel. I don't know if they come into San Francisco or not, but it was so loud in there just from the jump. From as soon as we stepped onto the court to when Minnesota came out on the court to the starting lineups to literally from the tip off to the final buzzer, and even after the final buzzer, it was so loud in there. It was the loudest I've ever heard it. And it meant a lot to us. They've really been the 6th people of the year for us, and they've really had our backs throughout an entire season. And we just feel really grateful to play in front of a crowd like that. And we travel all throughout the country playing at different arenas, and we haven't seen anything like Valhalla. And so for that to be our home base, and we just feel very grateful, and that should be the standard. That should be the following that all teams have, but we just feel lucky that we get that on any given night.
A quick follow-up to that. I know at the end, of course, not the result you wanted, but apparently the fans stayed.
They did.
Can you talk about the emotion, the ovation you guys got as you walked off the court?
Yeah, they stayed for as long as they possibly could, probably until they got kicked out, which we just all felt the love. We felt appreciated. And win, lose, or draw, they were there for us and had our backs, and they really showed that in that final game. And so we appreciated all the love, and we're super grateful for the entire season, but especially after the hard night none of us wanted, every single person wanted to win that game. No one wanted to lose. And so for them to, show the love and continue to cheer us on as we were walking off the court a few minutes after, it was really special.
Kind of back to the moving pieces this offseason, obviously there's a lot of unknown and uncertainty, but what conversations have you guys had about how you can build on this for next year?
I mean, as I said, it's we don't know. We don't know because that was going to be different. We don't know who's going to stay, who's going to go. So we have no idea. So it's our question to answer right now. We would love to stay at the same team because we really enjoy each other. We had a great time this summer. So that would be our dream probably. But it's business. It's the W, and it has to grow and expand as it worked out well for this team. So we will see. But for sure, this year we've been building this culture, our identity. So we go on from that point.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for everything this season.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you all.
Everyone just asking about me.
To answer questions.
Okay.
Take it away.
Hey.
Just for both of you, just like how do you kind of describe the feelings of what this season was for you guys?
Still processing, which I'm sure everyone is, but just a lot of gratitude right now. Grateful for the opportunity, for the experience. It's just funny how quickly it goes. When you're in it, it feels like it's going slow, but then when you finish, it's just like, man, it feels like we still have gas in the tank. So yeah, really grateful for the opportunity, grateful for you guys covering us all season long. That really means a lot, bringing awareness to our game and representing as well in the Bay Area. So that means a lot to us.
Yeah, I feel like similarly, I'm super grateful for the entire experience. And I feel like none of it would have been possible without everyone that poured everything into it, from you guys to our whole support staff to the fans, and honestly all of the Bay Area that sort of just like embraced us. And it was a really, really special season. Thanks.
Hey Mo. Obviously you dealt with the injury this season. What was sort of like the emotions of like, having rehab and coming back and all that journey?
Word of the day, gratitude. Just a lot of gratitude that I was even able to come back. I really think I displayed a lot of resiliency this season and just grinding. It's tough when you have an injury, but I have amazing teammates around me who pick me up every single day, our support staff, keeping me encouraged. I definitely went through my highs and I went through my lows and did the best that I could to embrace it. But I think what I did a good job of is showing up every single day, being a good teammate, trying to give in ways that I can, even though I'm not on the court. How can I still be making an impact? So huge growth opportunity for me, and I'm just very grateful to be healthy now.
Kaitlyn, just going back to April and you getting drafted, coming into training camp and then getting cut and then coming back and sticking on this team, have you had time to reflect on your journey here in your rookie year?
Not entirely. I mean, I feel like I still haven't processed everything fully yet. That I can't believe season's really over already. I feel like it really sped by. But I'm sure it'll hit me in the next few days. Yeah.
And just kind of going off of that, and this question's for both Mo and Kaitlyn, is how do you feel just about the fandom that has surrounded this team since before you guys were even members of the team? It's just been insane to see, what happened last night and from what we saw at the beginning of the season. And I guess, Kaitlyn, more specifically for you, you've meant a lot to a lot of people here in the Bay. How has that been for you? And then Mo, you can also answer as well.
Cool.
I feel like it's been such an incredible experience, something that I never thought would happen to me, and I'm so grateful. I guess grateful really is the word of the day, so grateful for all of it, and they've really just backed me throughout my whole journey and just been there to support and uplift me, and I'm super grateful for them and for that. And I feel like they've really showed out every single game, and last night was probably the loudest it's been.
No, literally.
And after every game, we're like, oh, it can't get any louder, and last night definitely topped it.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, it's just unreal. I would say our fandom, the support that we get, the sweet gifts, the notes, just everyone who comes to our games showing up and just representing for us. It really means a lot. I've told a lot of people, it just feels like I'm in a movie, like I'm in Space Jam or something. That's how it feels, feeling the electric energy from the crowd, being able to be a part of it. And then again, like when I was injured, kind of seeing it from a different lens. When you're on the court, it's almost silent on the court. Like you could kind of feel the energy around, but you don't always hear everything. But then when you're not playing, I'm looking around and just, wow, like being able to be here, having this experience. There's no other team in the W that does it as good as the Valkyries, and we have the best fans in the league.
Kaitlyn, I think I saw you're doing Athletes Unlimited in the off season. What are you looking to get out of that, and where are you planning on going this off season?
I'm looking forward to just playing again. I feel like there are a lot of really great players there, and just competing and sort of, yeah, just competing. And I've heard really great stuff about it from my teammates, so just looking forward to the experience.
Love that. Your girl is a nomad, so I'm going to be a little bit all over the place. I'm going to Turkey for like 50 days, and then I'm going to be here for a little while, and then I'll be doing Unrivaled.
Knowing that your name is WNBA, so you're part of the NBA itself, is there something more special about being with the W as far as like, it seems to be more of a sisterhood as far as like the connection you have with your teammates? There's a closeness that I sense that you don't get in other sports.
I can't necessarily speak for other sports, but having been in the league for 8 years now, definitely a sisterhood. I have sisters on teams all across this league, which is just really special. And just being able to meet new people and connect with new people who come from different places all over the world, different ethnicities, different religions, and just getting to know people, seeing the world from a different lens, I think is really cool and my favorite part about being in the league.
Question for,
yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been in the league for a short amount of time, but I feel like I could definitely feel the sisterhood. I feel like everyone knows everyone, and everyone's just sort of there to support each other and help each other.
Question for either of you. I don't know if you had a chance to ask you guys this, but what is Natalie obviously won Coach of the Year yesterday? What is Natalie sort of meant to you both as a coach and a mentor?
I feel like she's been incredible. She's just been so honest with us, and I feel like that's something that I really appreciate. Like, she gives us her all, knowing that we're going to do the same in return and that we always have her back. And she's definitely pushed us at times throughout the season, but it's only made us better, and we've only grown from there. And honestly, it's just a testament to all of her hard work and the hard work of our whole coaching staff this past year.
I appreciate her giving us the platform to be great. She let us go out there and be ourselves, and she always encouraged us throughout the season. I chose you for a reason, and that reason might not be the same reason that I chose this person or that person, but you're here because I chose you. And so I think her affirming that meant a lot throughout the season, and then I just really appreciate her dedication. She stays up late watching film, making sure we're prepared and ready, and just wanting to be the best that she can, and I think that's really inspiring. And also wanting to be the best that we can, and I think as players we recognize that, and then wanted to show up to do our job even better.
Mo, going in, I know there's going to be some uncertainty with the CBA, but going into free agency, what are your priorities? Is it a goal for you to come back here next year?
I would love to come back here next year. I had a great experience here, but also just being very present. Like I said, I'm going to be traveling a bit, playing in some other leagues, so just taking things as they come, enjoying it all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a fun off season.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Right, we'll do a video.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're having a project. Yeah, project. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, when you're ready.
Veronica, just kind of having a night now to process, like, what are kind of the balance and the feelings between the season that you guys had and ending what it did?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not even sure I've been able to still reflect that much from yesterday to today, but a lot of gratitude, honestly, just grateful for the people, grateful for this organization, the fans, like from top to bottom. We just felt so loved and appreciated here. We felt like pros here, and it was just an incredible season, and I'm really proud of what we were able to do. And obviously, it sucks the way you lose, but just not letting that, overpower all the other things.
What's the biggest thing you learned about yourself after the season?
Someone just asked me this. Probably, I think my ability to handle change. I think all my life, change has been difficult for me. I'm a very routine person. I don't really like things switching up on me, and even from getting drafted, you're going across the country, you're going somewhere new, and I had just been on a new team with all different players, and it just can be difficult. And obviously we had a lot of different injuries and different lineups, and just things were kind of ever changing. And but I was able to embrace it a little bit more, and fortunately I had people around me that were pouring into me, and I don't know, I think I found a beauty in change rather than just negativity in it.
I know the season just ended, but have you given any thought to your off season, next season?
Yeah, I haven't thought too much about it, so I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time with that.
I know that during the season you were always, of course, very focused on the team, and anytime you were asked about kind of the personal accolades that you received this year, you didn't want to kind of talk about it too much. But now that we're past that, how has it been for you personally just to come as far as you did this season?
Yeah. I think it really is a blessing just to be playing. I don't know. I guess I haven't even thought about that much now. I'm grateful, really. It's just to be able to play, to be able to have a coach and a staff that believes in me, a GM that believes in me, players and teammates that pour into me. I think it's something that I don't take for granted. And to win Most Improved, it is a testament to the work. It is. I think a lot of quiet hours spent in the gym and some low moments, but that's what kind of allowed me to get here, and that's what hopefully will continue to propel me. So just recognizing the own work that I did put in and being able to appreciate it, but also just the people that are around me.
How much of a break are you going to allow yourself to take? I remember Natalie telling us after you won the title in Australia that you wanted to come straight to the Bay Area and being forced to take a few days.
Yeah.
So how much time are you going to allow yourself?
Yeah, I always tell myself it's going to be a lot longer, and then I get really nudgy. So this time, the goal is definitely a few weeks, just letting the body heal, recover, and even if it's not I won't be touching a basketball right away, but staying fit, staying active, that won't last very. I'll want to be doing that. So there's always some aspect that you can be doing and controlling, but definitely rest and recovery is the most important thing right now.
It's obviously a pretty big offseason in the league, or what are you kind of paying attention to going into this offseason? How much do you pay attention to things like that?
Yeah. There's definitely an awareness to it. Obviously, it is a big CBA time period, and being a part of the Players Association, doing my part and being aware and understanding what is at stake, and then not letting it necessarily dictate how I approach the game, because that's out of my control and out of my hands, and what I can control is getting better and getting in the gym, and so that's going to be my focus in the off season.
You guys all came here and just jumped in, didn't really get to explore the Bay or experience it. Do you think you're going to do that with the team and just actually have a San Francisco vibe or something?
Yeah, everyone, kind of goes, it's crazy. I think that's the craziest part about the W is how quickly everyone kind of has to go their separate ways at times. So everyone has their own thing. Right now, no, but I hope to be back here some in the off season and really get to, be in touch with the Bay.
In terms of handling change, why do you think that was easier for you this season to find a strategy?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say it was easy. I think it got more comfortable, like just the more you do something, you know, or the more you sit in it, you get more comfortable. But I do think, you know, being vulnerable with people around you, being vulnerable with Coach Nat, you know, just she's always asking me how I'm feeling, asking me what she can do, and so having people that, you know, embrace it also like allows you to embrace it. And so I've learned throughout my now 4 years in this league that the change is inevitable. So, you know, approaching it differently, I think, was also a mindset thing.
Time for one more. Can you talk a little bit more about just the connection that you had with Natalie this season? I know that she put a lot on you. You put a lot on yourself. You win Most Improved Player. She wins Coach of the Year. Can you just talk about, I know you've said that she's kind of the first coach that's really believed in you. What's that, you know, relationship?
I know, I did say that. And I do want to like preface that I did have coaches in the W that definitely believed in me too. Steph White gave me an opportunity when I really needed it. And so I did want to kind of go back on that because I do think that they showed a lot of belief in me and my coaches in Dallas. But I think like from a relationship standpoint, being able to be here from the jump with Coach Nat, coming early from Australia and like building that personal relationship was really big. And just I think her being a point guard, she puts a lot of responsibilities on the point guards, but she is there for us and she helps us through it. And like, I love that. Like, I do love it. I think it's easy to complain about it and it's like, oh, like you're just asking a lot of us, but at the same time, like this is exactly where I wanted to be. This is what I wanted to have. And so just our relationship, the trust that we've been able to build on and off the court, and her willingness to be vulnerable with me and her openness to like, she genuinely wants to know how the players feel, what the players see, what we like think on the court. And she has no ego in that and is always willing to ask us. And I think that's been really cool to see from her.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
We got me, we got Jaquisha here.
Not good,
Jaquisha is not good. Jaquisha, you
Your
know,
name
was
was
still
last night. That's your name.
Whoa. Whoa.
Just how are you guys just kind of like processing all the emotions of a season coming to an end, but also just like everything that you guys accomplished this year?
For me personally, it's just that like taking a look out to the bigger picture of everything, like not just seeing yesterday, which I mean yesterday was still great for us. Like afterwards, the crowd gave us a standing O, like kind of felt like we won, but at the end of the day on the inside, like you wanted to have done more. But just looking at the bigger picture, like there's so much more for us to do, so much growth for us, so much even more potential than this year going into next year. So I really think when you look at the bigger picture, this gives us so much momentum going into next year and being able to have a positive outlook in that way.
Hey, Tiff. Obviously you dealt with a lot of injuries this season. What was sort of the emotions of just, you know, having to deal with the face and the knee and all that type of stuff?
Oh yeah, that's been the talk of the day. It was definitely frustrating. You never want to be like that person in your career, knowing that this could have been like a really bigger than what it was year for you and the team. But at the end of the day, like I think just for me, it's been like a lot of growth this year. Just learning that taking care of yourself is definitely very important, and I think it's best for yourself and for the team when you do that, because you don't want to hold anybody back, but also, you know, you want to be there for the team, so you try to push. But I'm learning that about myself, like it's not always best to be that way. So I think there's been a lot of growth in that aspect for me because, again, it's a new space for me. Like I'm always able to go out there and go. Like that's just been my thing my whole career. But just learning that and then being around like my teammates always having my back about it, like saying it's okay, like, you know, take care of yourself, like being in a positive environment like that, like it always helps me to stay positive even though it was tough a lot of the times.
For either of you, Natalie talked about just the pressure that she felt from Joe and you know, upper management just to be successful right away, and there's this 5-year window to win a championship. I'm curious as players if you guys felt that throughout the season as well.
Not at all. We didn't feel like it. I mean, personally, I didn't feel like it. If she had this pressure, she did a good job to hide it from us. And no, we didn't feel like it. We just played free, I think, right? Yeah, for sure.
Tip, this question's for you. As a veteran on this team, how would you compare the experience this year on the Valkyries with previous experiences that you've had in the W?
I mean, as far as what aspect,
just the entire experience. Was it different? Because everybody said at the beginning of the season, right, when you all came, you were like, it feels a little different. There's a lot of eyes, there's a lot of excitement. Did it live up to that expectation, I guess, is what I'm asking?
Yeah, I mean, of course, yeah. I mean, coming here, I mean, of course, I'm thinking positive. I'm just positive all around. I'm thinking, everything's going to go good. But at the end of the day, we're all new here. This building is new here. The fan base is new here. Everything is new. So you don't want to come in thinking, it's not going to be a good thing. So, of course, we're going to be positive. But I think my expectations of everything just was, I think the fans was the biggest thing that just blew my mind. I always say, I've been saying, I've been in League 13 years and I've never seen a fan base like this, at all. So I think that's one of the things that I didn't expect to see, but I hoped for, and that just exceeded my expectations by far. So that's one of the biggest things, I think.
Tip, just going into the offseason, I know last year you were in Unrivaled. What do you have planned for this offseason?
I got a lot planned. Well, not too much, but I'll be in Europe. I'll see Ja. We'll probably battle it out a few times. And then of course just working on the brand, still building that and things that I think are most important, which is mental health awareness and financial literacy. Just keep building on that. And that's pretty much it.
Tip, kind of continuing on to what you had previously talked about being a veteran in this league, and you talked about the growth you experienced this season. What's it like, and what does it mean to you to still be experiencing that kind of growth in a new atmosphere and environment at this point in your career?
I think it's dope, especially with having players like Ja coming in, and a bunch of my teammates who I never played before. It's cool to get their response of things that they see, and then to work with them in that way. Ja, when she first got here, she was a freaking shell. And me, I'm kind of like that too, but I'm older, so it's easy for me to go to people and hey, how you doing? What do you like to do? This and that. She wasn't doing that. But that was also, nobody knew that was growth for me. I was never been that person either. I was her. So just little things like that, I think it was a great experience for me to just learn and grow and keep growing, because my biggest thing, if you're not growing, you're dying. And I'm a 13-year vet, but I still love to learn. I still love to grow. I still love to get better at what I'm doing. And even though being a quiet leader by example has been working for me all my career, coming here, they needed something different. They needed somebody to talk a little bit more. And whether I was doing that in a group setting or coming to one-on-one, I always like to come one-on-one and tell people hey, maybe try this, or do this, or even ask them how they're doing. It was just those little tweaks for me that helped me see the growth in myself. And I just hope I was able to give some other people the motivation to do the same thing when they're a vet.
Obviously, going into this offseason, there's CBA talk and things like that. Does that change? Is there maybe some uncertainty, or does it change the way you guys approach an offseason, knowing that there is some uncertainty there?
No, I don't think that it would change anything. At the end of the day, we're basketball players. We all have lives outside of the W. We have things that we're into. I think they're going to figure it out whenever they figure it out, but I don't think that's going to sway us from how we're still going to work out. We're still going to play. We're still going to, of course we want things to work out, but I don't think as far as us being basketball players, that's going to sway us from doing anything different than what we're going to do to prepare for another season.
A lot of talk about high expectations going into next season, and future, what do you think this group has to do to take that next step and achieve what you want to do? Is it roster additions, something external, or is it something internal that you guys need?
That's a tough question. I mean, we don't know. I mean, personally, I don't know much about what's going to happen, like, you know, on the off season. We'll see. But I think we should keep this this thing that we built, like, you know, the coach vision. You know, we should keep working on that because it really worked for us this season, and we should just like try to improve it. You know.
Tiff, just as going into free agency, would you like to come back here?
Obviously, yeah. That's just as simple as it's going to get. Yeah, I would love to come back here.
Janelle, obviously you're a really important piece of this team this year. What was it like playing in the W for the first time as a rookie?
For this moment, first of all, for these people, no, it was great because, like she said, I think I was like, you know, in my shell at the beginning, and my biggest growth was like to open up to people, to be able to just, you know, like she said, just come to people, say how you doing. It's simple, but it's just like stuff that I wasn't doing. I was just like, you know, like basketball, and trying to be as professional as I can, which is good. But also sometimes I think in order to like have a good chemistry, have, you know, like, you know, to also be able to bring your teammate with you, you need to open up a little bit, and I think I improve on this for sure.
Yeah.
Janelle, Illy and Carla was telling us that they have to head out pretty soon to go back to Europe, get ready for their overseas seasons. What's your plan, Janelle? Are you gonna have a chance to kick it here for a little bit, go to Charlotte, hang out with Tijan, or you have to get back to Europe?
No, I'm gonna get back to Europe like straight tomorrow, and, you know, maybe take 3 days off, and then after I'll get back to work for sure. Good. Thank you guys.
Right. Holla. Hey, see you.
Thank you guys.
Go for it.
Hi guys, just for both of you, how are you kind of processing last night, and how do you kind of balance the feelings of losing with what you guys all accomplished this season?
Obviously, you know, we are a little sad. We wanted to win this one, especially at home. We wanted to keep writing history of like first expansion teams to win in the playoffs, and we had like high expectations. We believed in ourselves, but like I don't think we have anything to regret really. We gave everything we had. We can be like proud of ourselves, and it's part of the process. Overall, I think we have to look at the bigger picture, and like we have high goals for the future, and this is just like one step to achieve that, and you know, we're gonna all grow from that experience for sure.
Carla, was there a moment at any point this season where you knew you could play in the WNBA, you had what it took to contribute to this team?
Well, one moment, I don't know, maybe against Dallas. Yeah, maybe just when I feel good, I feel great with my basketball. But I think it's not just my expectation to just play well. I just try to be good for the team, and yes, just contribute for that, yeah.
Obviously you came new into the season. Could you kind of describe like the roller coaster ride that we had the second half of the season, just in terms of getting like, you know, incorporating yourself into the team? Could you sort of describe that journey yourself?
It really felt super easy to arrive in this team. Like from the first practice, I immediately felt super welcome, and like there was no moment where I felt behind, and the girls, the staff helped a lot, obviously. And yeah, I felt like I've been with the team since the beginning of the season, honestly, and especially after, like, unfortunately we had like injuries, and so we were like not as many players, so like I immediately had to be efficient for the team, and everybody like had to step up, and I think that also helped me to get even more settled in this environment.
Carla, can you talk about just what this season has meant for you? You came into this, you know, there was a language barrier there, not really knowing English as well. Look at you now. You know, you've improved a lot. How has this season been for you?
Yeah, I think it was a tough season for me as a rookie, for sure. But yeah, I had some help. Ili, Ja, they speak French, so it's easier for me. But yeah, I think I improve a lot mentally, and even in my basketball, and for sure my English. So yes, I'm happy.
Earlier you mentioned how this season is just a first step. Have you had a chance to kind of think about what's next, and have there been any conversations on how you guys can build on this for next season?
Yeah, immediately after the game yesterday, actually, that was like one of the points in Natalie's speech, is that we want to win a championship, and that's what like this organization is trying to build. And this is just like one step. We're all gonna learn from that. Obviously, like being at the top, like you have to be really precise on a lot of little details and everything. And I think we all gonna grow from all this season, and those 2 playoff games also, especially the game from yesterday. And yeah, just come back next season with different mentality and like just be even more aggressive. We have a really clear identity, but like try to be even more aggressive, like day after day, to, you know, go on this journey.
Janelle said that she had another season starting in 10 days last night. For you guys, kind of what's next? Where are you guys heading in the next few months?
Et demande ce qu'on va faire des 2 prochains mois là.
Bah, j'en reviendrai bientôt. C'est pas la suite.
Personally, I will leave tomorrow. I go to France, take my car, and after I go to Spain. I will play normally in 1 week. So yeah, I have no break, but I'm excited to start this season with Saragossa. Yeah.
And same in a week, I'm expected in Turkey. So yeah, it's gonna be hard at the beginning, you know, like no rest, having to switch really quickly, but like it is how it is, and we'll figure it out.
Bigger things in store for you guys. Is there anything else that Natalie shared with you guys? Any other takeaways from how she addressed the team last night?
How see what she was?
Just any other takeaways from coaches, what she said to the team after the loss last night?
No, it was just really positive, really. She was, I don't know how many times she said that, but she's really proud of us. She told us that even she didn't really know what to expect, and she never would have believed that we could accomplish so much. And just a lot of pride between not just her for us, but like really the whole staff with the players with the staff, like everybody. It was just a lot of positivity and a lot of love, and it was a really beautiful moment. Like some tears were shed and everything. It was beautiful, and it was a good memory.
Carla, how well do you speak Spanish? I know you took English classes while you were here. Do you be taking Spanish classes while you're playing in Spain?
Yes, I will. Yeah, but I don't speak Spanish. Yeah.
When you guys look back on like this historic season together, like what are some of the memories you remember for a long time?
I was not there at the beginning of the season, so I will let Carla.
Can you repeat the question?
When you look back on this season, this very historic season, what are some of like the memories you're gonna remember?
Wow. Season? I thought you just said like the start moment.
Oh no. Just see it.
Wow. There's so many.
Yeah, so many.
Yeah. I think like for me, really something that will stay with me forever is Valhalla. Like, it's crazy. I've played in a lot of gyms, but the atmosphere, like playing against, in front of like 18,000 and even more people, with this energy, it's so special. And I think the game was against Dallas when we qualified for the playoffs. Like this moment will stay, I think, with me forever. It was incredible, really. I think it's one of the best moments for me, for sure.
Je dois dire aussi. I think it's the same than Ili. Yeah, for sure the game against Dallas was great, tough. And after we knew that we will do the playoffs, so yeah, I think it's my favorite souvenir.
You guys started the season. There was all this talk about how the Valkyries had the most amount of international players, and there was a lot of questions if that was a good thing or a bad thing. How do you feel just with how successful you guys have been with so many players from different countries coming together and kind of showing the U.S. market that international players can play in the W and play well?
I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, I know that all the European players that are here, they are very good and like they are killing it overseas, and I think that we're just missing an opportunity to like show it in the league, and I think the Valkyries helped with that and like showed to the US that, you know, you have also good players overseas, and if you believe in them and give them an opportunity, like, you will get results. And I'm really grateful for that, and I hope it's just the beginning, and, you know, more and more players are gonna come, because like we also play really good basketball, and I think it's really great.
Both you ladies, I know the season was so much to do, you didn't have much spare time. Did you get a chance to, I think Matt asked this question, did you get a chance to sightsee at all, go around San Francisco at all, maybe ride the cable car? Did you get a chance to do any fun activities?
J'ai rien fait, donc.
She said she didn't do anything. I did a little bit, yeah. My family was there, so like pushed me to do some stuff, because otherwise, yeah, same, I would have just laid down. But I did the cable car. I went obviously to see the Golden Gate. I saw the Painted Ladies. I think that's the name. Like Fisherman Wharf. Yeah, no, it was. I really loved it. I really like the vibe here. It's, I don't know how you say in English, but it's a good vibe, a good atmosphere.
You could be a tour guide for Carla.
I will. I will bring her with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Carla, thank you so much for just like all of this season. I know it's been a learning experience. So I really
Okay.
Other guys.
I know.
LA, you were here at the start of training camp, obviously, but you kind of like joined this team mid-season. What was the experience like, just kind of coming in and
Yeah, I feel like for me, I felt like I've been here the whole season, really. Even the time I was at home, I was always like tuned in and watching all the games. So, yeah, I mean, this group has embraced me when I came in, and just felt like I picked up right where I left off. So, just super thankful for the opportunity to even come back here and, you know, finish the season out with them.
Yeah, similar to LA. When I came here, everybody was very welcoming and had such great energy that made the transition very easy, and they all helped me very well. It's only been a month and a half, but I felt like I was here the whole year, the way I was able to like make connections and build bonds in such a short time. So I had a great, experience.
Just to follow up on that, Kaila, like you were playing on like a bunch of 7-day contracts and turned yourself into a starter and a key contributor to this team. Like, what was that experience like, just playing on the 7-day contract?
Honestly, they were quite honest with me when I first came and said, it's going to be 7 days. So I didn't really have any expectation. I was just going to make the most of every day I got. And it just turned into another week and then the rest of the season. And that was like the best possible situation that it could happen. And so I was really thankful and happy for that. And that was my main thing. I wanted to help the team. And that was in any way that I possibly could. And so I was glad that I was able to make some type of impact and help in any way I could.
For either of you guys, but for a franchise that's new, that's just breaking in as an expansion team, how was this team able to sustain a continuity regardless of who was in and out of the lineup this year?
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do, and I think we luckily made it look easy. I think we bought into everything that the coaching staff has, brought to us, and the biggest thing is that we were happy for whoever was in the room. Whether it was my night, whether it's Kai's night, whether it's whoever's night, we were happy for that person, and that makes for a great team, and that makes for a very unselfish play.
Laeticia, just going off of that, when you came back on the team, there was the fun TikTok that you guys did. It seems that the bond, and Kaila, you can chime in on this as well, but it seems like the bond between you guys as a team has been really special and something that you don't always see on other teams. Can you just talk to that and kind of the bonds you've made with your teammates this season?
Yeah, this has been by far my favorite season, almost of my entire career. Honestly, I think just being able to come into work and genuinely be happy and joyous and have just energy from whether it's from strength staff, whether it's nutritionists, whether it's the people that make our food, like everybody's just so happy, and we don't take those moments for granted, and that energy, even if you come in with a frown on your face, like you're gonna end up laughing, just because everybody's just so happy. So it's really propelled us to new heights. Being able to make playoffs and all those things really came from the bond that we created off the court.
Obviously, this is a pretty eventful off-season coming up with CBA and everything like that. Both of you guys have been through being cut, joining teams mid-season, and all of that. How do you guys kind of look at an off-season of change, and what would you like to see it be accomplished this off-season?
I think, just it's a good problem to have. We're expanding. The league is getting bigger. There's room for more players. Hopefully, we can come to an agreement soon and we're able to start the next season on time and stuff. But just in general, I'm just looking forward to more competition, more cities, more outreach, inspiring the next generation. And now we're moving to Toronto and having a crowd out there, and just looking forward to finding a home and being on the team. Hopefully that's here, but with the expansion draft, you never know, but just excited for the future.
And you mentioned just how joyous this season was, but it also was a very historic one, kind of first of many. Is there a memory or a moment that you're gonna hold with you into your career and in your life?
Honestly, I think it's the little things like going out to eat. The morning before a game, we would just always go out to eat and have breakfast together, and just all those moments together where you get to build new friendships. I think that's the biggest thing for me. And then obviously playing in Valhalla is like one of the best atmospheres that I've ever been in, and the fans are amazing, the city's amazing, and being able to walk around and seeing WNBA stuff posted everywhere, that's very rare. So I hope that just keeps happening with all the WNBA cities as well.
Yes, like she said, just the bonds and like the relationships we built here. Valhalla is unreal. Like when I first experienced it, it's amazing. Like even yesterday, we came into the locker room, we couldn't even hear it because it was so loud. But it was just a great, it's a great experience. And I think for me also, just like when we clinched and we were able to do that in front of our home crowd, I think that was one of the moments that like really stuck to me. And it was just a happy moment. And even though I was like, I just came in and didn't do too much to help, it was just really happy to be a part of that and just see everybody just really excited.
Laeticia, you really improved your free throw shooting this year over your first 2 years in the WNBA. I was curious, how big of an emphasis was that for you coming into this season, and where would you like to grow your game next?
Absolutely. I think, my game is one that allows me to get to the line a lot. And obviously you want to be able to convert every time you get to the line. So that was a big emphasis for me. obviously. It just came with, being more poised. I feel like obviously your first 2 years, you come into the game, with not much time left, and, now you're just freaking out and you're not really taking the time to concentrate. And I think that was the biggest thing, you just switching my mental focus when it came to free throws. And yeah, I just want to be a, more overall fluid player, being able to let the game come to me and make great reads, being somebody that's tough to defend, whether it's, expanding to the three-point line, hitting in my reads and getting to the rim. That's really where I want to see my game, and I know that that's going to be a big point of emphasis this offseason for me.
Question for both of you. We've been asking everyone this, but what are your off-season plans? I know season just ended, but what are the off-season plans?
So I am going to play overseas in Italy against Ceci, but my first things first is I'm going home, getting some much needed rest. I'm going to visit my grandmother back home in Trinidad, and then I'll start a new season. So just trying to get as much time as possible, kind of resting, resetting before going into the next one and then coming into another one. But that's my plans.
Yeah, this year I will be going overseas for a short stint, and then I have some other stuff in the works as well that I'm excited to do. And I think just this off season is going to be one that it's really been kind of a first for me, being able to get on the court. Kind of treated that in some regard like my rookie season, being able to actually get some burn on the court. So take all those things and work on my body, work on my shot, and just work on my game this off season.
Yes.
Question for you ladies. I know you were so busy focused on basketball, you have a chance for you to see the Bay much. Did you either one of you have a chance to go around San Francisco or Oakland much to see what the area has to offer and sightseeing that you might have done?
Yes, I think my first few weeks here, I made an emphasis of just getting out and exploring. I was in a hotel, so I didn't want to stay in there for too long. But I was able to go down to Chinatown, the Golden Gate Bridge. I actually walked the bridge, and the other side was closed, so I had to walk back. But I went to the Painted Ladies, so I got to see a little bit of San Francisco. Not everywhere, so I got to come back.
Yeah, I got some time to do hop off, hop on bus, so learned a lot about the history, went to the Golden Gate Bridge. I had one of my mentees come here that was a part of a program, and it was her first time in the United States, so I was able to show her around as well. And we kind of were just two tourists, learning about the city. And it's just so big that we obviously didn't get to do everything, but yeah, just hit the big ones like the Golden Gate Bridge and things like that.
Wait for the cable car?
Did I do a quick cable car? No, the line was so long. There's a long line for those things, but no, I did take pictures of it though.
I didn't know they had that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Good luck. Go Gamecocks.
Go Hawks.
Thank you guys for being
Boo, go Terps.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
What are kind of the emotions, kind of looking back on the year as a whole? Obviously, it didn't end the way you wanted it to, but how do you kind of reflect on what this year meant for you?
Yeah, it's just one word that comes to mind. It's just gratitude. I just feel so blessed just to be a part of this amazing team. Yeah, we've become a family, and through the ups and downs, we've stuck together, and I'm just so proud of us and how we persevered the whole season. We've through all the injuries, all the changes, and we still were able to make it to the playoffs, which was a big goal of ours, and end on a high note, end with our heads held high. And I'm so proud of us.
Just going off that, Temi, how would you say that this team differs from other teams you've played on throughout your career?
Yes, we are definitely more connected, I would say. like I said before, like we are a team of 6 women, and so that in itself is completely different from any other team around the league, just in terms of, not having any go-to superstar or two, that other teams typically have. We all know our worth, and we all know how much we can bring to the team. Anyone can step up any given night and carry us and help us or whatever. And so that's the beauty of us, that's our strength. We're all very selfless, and we all want what's best for the team. So.
Cheryl Reed talked a little bit about how, your comments a couple weeks ago about booing the opposing team and how that resonated, and they felt that last night. What does it say about just when you make a comment like that and then it actually comes to fruition and the fans are listening? What does that say about the fan base and just the connectivity between the team and the fans?
No, it's amazing that the fans responded. I didn't ask anyone to boo anyone. I did not say that. They took it upon themselves to do that. All I said was make them feel uncomfortable. So, hey, if that's what they gotta do to do that, then I'm all for it. Respectfully, of course. But yeah, no, I'm so thankful. Wanted to make a post just for the fans, just saying how grateful I am for their connectedness as well to us. Like they love us, and it's more than just basketball, and you can tell it's deeper. They're inspired by us as women, and you look in the children's eyes and in the stands, and you just see them light up and know that what you're doing is for like a bigger purpose. When you're able to inspire people, it means something, and it makes things more worth it, rather than just putting a ball in a hoop. It's more than that. So I'm just really grateful for the fans' support throughout the season and their growth as well, because they've definitely grown in many ways and adapted. So yeah, thank you, fans.
Natalie's called you like this voice in the locker room, this leader who brings everyone together. Could you talk about that experience of being this vet and being this unifying force for the locker room?
Yes, I find that in most, if not all, of the teams I've played on throughout my career, that's kind of just been the role I've been handed. In a sense, it's just a natural thing that happens because I've become quite a vocal person. I've not always been vocal throughout my career. Started off playing tennis, and that's a very individual sport. And so coming to basketball is where you got 10 other people, 11 other people on your team. It's like, oh, you can't be an introvert here. You have to help. You have to be selfless. You have to talk. You have to give eye contact. Do all the things that you don't want to do, and that doesn't come naturally. So just growing in that aspect throughout my career, I'm very proud of myself for that, and I still have a lot to work on in terms of being a better leader, but I'm grateful for my teammates and my coaches for accepting me in that role and listening to me.
Temi, what are your plans for the off season? Are you going to play overseas, or what's kind of next for you?
Yeah, I'm planning to play overseas, planning to go to China, so that will be soon. Thankfully I have a little bit of a break, so I can rest any niggles, aches and pains, and rest my mind, go to the beach. That's going to be fun. Yeah.
Two quick questions.
Yeah.
How is the knee doing? And secondly, are there any specific memories you're going to take away from the season?
The knee is okay. Got an MRI, so we're going to see what comes from that. But it's the end of the season, so we're just resting right now. We're good. And any memories from the season? It's amazing because we were just reminiscing yesterday, my teammates and I, just about how we've created this culture, from the ground up. And, even from pre-game, the chant that we do, that's us. We created that, and now that's become part of Valhalla and, the culture of here, and it's just amazing that we started it. So I'm just going to remember all the firsts, all the firsts that happened during this season, and all the laughs in the locker room, you know, all those fun memories that we made. So there's a lot to be grateful for.
I know going into this offseason, there's some uncertainty with the CBA, but what are you prioritizing for your free agency, and would you like to be back here next year?
Yeah, I would love to be back here next year. We'll have to see. I truly don't know how things are going to go. Everything is going to be up in the air. Like, you know, we have 2 more teams, right, coming. So then we're going to have another draft, and then another, you know, expansion draft with the protections and all of that. So who knows how things are going to go. Everyone is up for grabs. So let's just keep our fingers crossed.
Just given the number of times that you played the Lynx, did they seem to become like a rival by the time you guys made the playoffs and you played the game last night?
Yeah, I mean, it's only normal that a team would that you've seen multiple times would become, especially if you haven't beaten them, they become like your Achilles heel. So I wouldn't call it a rivalry, but because we haven't beaten them yet. But they are definitely annoying as hell. And props to them, they're a great team, you know, and they just showed us, exposed all our weaknesses and where we need to get better. Like, we cannot make mistakes playing against a team like that. They're just too good, and they will capitalize on our mistakes, which they did. So growth, learning points from that, and hopefully we can move on and be better from that.
How close were you to giving it a go last night, and what was that like for you, just having to watch from the bench?
Yeah, excruciating, that's for sure. It was a last-minute decision, just with the way the knee was looking and feeling, and just had to be smart about my body and not let my competitiveness cloud my judgment. So I had to make the right choice. And hey, it looked like the right choice for a long time in that game until the last quarter, right? You kidding? They did great without me. Maybe that's the key.
Temi, just as someone who's been a player rep during CBA negotiations and all that, just like how important is this moment for the league just to kind of get this offseason right, and what would you like to see accomplished in these negotiations?
Yeah, there were definitely some talking points I needed to have remembered that they wanted me to say, but hey, I just want, like we've all been talking about, is just a fair treatment, you know, a fair piece of what we're owed, of what we deserve. Like, we are the business at the end of the day, you know, without the players, you don't have a business. So keep that in mind and pay us accordingly. That's all we've asked for. It's not too much.
You mentioned how for you players, it's very much like fingers crossed with all the moving pieces and uncertainty, but even through that, and given that there's a lot that you don't know, are there conversations with this team about how you can kind of build on this for next year? Or is that something that's not happening with the uncertainty?
Yes, there's so much uncertainty. What can we really say, you know? All we know is that the people who we have now is a great foundation to build upon. And everyone can see that. So how many of us can you keep together is the question. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Temi.
Thank you.
Hi, it's Warriors coach Steve Kerr, and this is Bay Area Sports Wrap.